Hello, I'm Fernando Morales. I'm from Spain, from Granada, and I'm coordinating a community-based restoration program in southern Spain. Also a PhD candidate and the co-chair of the Generation Restoration Youth Hub. Okay, so when it's about forest restoration, I believe that the first thing you have to do is to understand very well the place you're working on. Ecosystems are living organisms, so understanding the ecology is fundamental. In our case, we work in Mediterranean ecosystems, which means that for addressing forest restoration, we need to understand very well the functioning of these ecosystems, the plants that we have, the interaction between the animals and the biological elements. But then forest restoration is much more than just ecology. Forest restoration is also about the people that live there and depend on those forests. So the governance issues are a central element for our project. That means that we need to embark on the journey everyone from the private sector, public sector, civil society and academia. In that meaning, our last achievement has been including the academia for developing drone sowing technologies so we can upscale the restoration from community-based action to increasing the levels of implementation of forest restoration. I believe it's really important when it's about forest restoration to connect the higher spheres of decision making at COP28, where the ambition is increased and hopefully will deliver action thanks to that. But at the same time, we need a bottom-up approach. Well, in the local realities, the forest project restoration are occurring and they are scientifically based and socially sound. So we need to connect these both approaches from top-down to bottom-up to actually deliver the implementation we need at scale. So to do that, I think that's really important. Entities like the Generation Restoration Youth Hub that connect actually these both realities from global to local, that actually from the different sector of forest restoration, that means financing mechanism, for example, carbon markets. We need to ensure from here in this highest sphere that the carbon credits are at the highest standards of quality. That means that we need to address questions as how are these credits are going to be offset? Are they going to respect and recognize the local ecological sensitivities as threatened species, for example? Or are they going to be integrated in the social fabric of associations and ongoing projects that are already occurring on the land? So I think it's really important to address all those questions from these global spheres to connect with the local realities. So I believe that every site has its single context, very specific, and all around the planet we have different practices that we can learn from and compare one to another to learn from them. So in the case of the Mediterranean ecosystem that we are facing a huge drought seasons, it's crucial the water management. In the southern Spain we have many traditional practices related to the water management, specifically the acequias, which are water canals that transport the water and in the way they irrigate different hillsides, supporting local ecosystems that we couldn't have them without these traditional methods that are the legacy for thousands of years. And of course we need to conserve them and integrate them in our restoration plans to keep them alive. I would say I will use an umbrella concept that is we need a restoration culture. That means to integrate all of our decision making from the finance to the governance to the policy making and the capacity developments. We need to integrate restoration and deliver the whole potential that it has for both people and the planet. That means especially for the youth, nature has long-term trajectories and the youth will be the ones that will be deploying all this potential of forest restoration. So to support the restoration culture, we need to support youth. And that's why being here with this youth community of forest restoration practitioners is so inspiring, because at the end, that's actually what we need to upscale the forest restoration as a tool thriving as humanity. I'm a face of forestry.